Hey guys, I'm here with Charlie the Aussie, who has spent 3 awesome weeks with us and will be graduating tomorrow. I can't believe it. But before she goes home, I want to make a video explaining to her owners how exactly and when we use the commands to keep our dogs in a really nice state of mind and really sharp with their commands once they get home. So we don't have you go home with your dog and spend 15 minutes every day running through drills and the rest of the time they're just free to do whatever they want, because that will degrade the training very quickly. And it doesn't feel good for the dogs either. They like to be in a balanced, predictable way every single day. So what we have you do instead is use the commands constantly. We say the words constant command and people say, oh gosh, does that mean that my dog is never able to be a dog? No, of course not. They still get time to play and run and have a lot more freedom than they did before training. But constant command reminds you to use it constantly. So I'm going to show you a kind of a sample day. I'm going to show you step by step how I live with my dogs using the commands. So we'll pretend like I just woke up from the night, or we just got back from an errand and my dog has been in her crate overnight or while we were gone. Because you're going to use your crate. That's where it all starts. If you start to not use the crate, I cannot guarantee anything. It's an awesome threshold. It keeps your dog safe. It has a nice bed. It's got some bones in there. It's got their water. I feed them in there, especially since she's going home to a family with multiple dogs and there have been resource guardian issues in the past. So if they're not using the crate to feed every single meal, that's a problem. So feed her in there. Give her the awesome bones and bully sticks in there. Make it a happy place. She sleeps there overnight. She goes in when you leave the house. So I'm going to show you a sample day. I just got home. I just woke up. And I walk downstairs where my dog's crate is. I open the door. I do not baby talk. I don't say, oh my goodness, good morning, Charlie. Hello, hi. Because that's going to cause my dog to go up with excitement, and we really don't want that, especially not for the first meeting of the day. So I walk in quietly. I smile at my dog calmly. I approach their kennel calmly. I open that door, and if she tries to shove her way out of there, I would close it in her face. Now, before I open the door, though, I make sure that her collar and her remote are paired together and they're both on and communicating. So I check that out. Takes me 3 seconds. Open the door. She does not bolt out. If she does bolt out, door in her face, firmly, but not hard enough to hurt your dog, of course. Put the collar on. Check that it's on there nice and snug, but not too tight. Should be able to slide, but not too easily, so that when your dog shakes their head, it should not slide down to their throat. And then I step back with that door wide open with the remote in my hand, because if my dog starts to barge out, I turn the pressure on until she gets back in. So it's very clear, the floor is lava unless you are explicitly invited out of that door. I step back, I recall her out, come, good girl. And then she comes to me, maybe does a little stretch, sits down and says, what's next? I heel her into the house. We heel a little bit to make sure she's nice and tuned in with me. Then maybe I'll take her to the backyard, let her potty. She had just been out to potty, so I'm going to show you what I do when I'm doing chores around the house. We heel to a spot, I have her down, and then I do my chores, and I expect my dog to stay in a calm down stay. She relaxes as a cat runs by. She relaxes as I move around and make noise. And then I'm going to ask her to stay in that room. I'm going to leave the room and see what she does. Does she automatically assume that she's following me? I would say no, get her back to that spot, put her down again, stay, walk away. But I want to show you something cool that we can do without saying a single word. In another room, I tap the T button. T is for tone. She hears that beep, and she comes to find me. She comes seeking me out specifically. She comes to me, she sits, and again she says, what's next? Because our dogs are trained to stay in command until we say, here's what we're doing next, together. I can say her name, I can say place and point, and she goes automatically, lies down on the place bed, and relaxes. A question that we get a lot about place is, how long can my dog be on there? And my answer is usually, you can expect your dog to relax on there for upwards of 3 hours if you need to. Of course, you need to give them potty breaks and give them their exercise fulfillment and make sure that they're happy and not just on place all day, but nobody's living with their dog like that. So when you're watching a movie, when you have guests over, when you're eating dinner, when you're doing housework, or since everybody's working from home now, doing work at your office, your dog can be with you, but not underfoot. They can relax, they can chew on a bone. You can see she's got a comfy bed on there, so she can definitely have a comfy bed, blanket, bone to chew on, a Kong full of peanut butter, whatever they like, as long as they do it calmly. I would not do stuffed toys or squeaky toys on there. because it can encourage excitement. We want calmness. So when does my dog get to be a dog? When you go hiking, when you're off leash on your walks, when you are in the house roughhousing. So I can show you that we can turn it back on. Shark, break! Yeah! With one word.